Bernie Ballers, welcome back to another off-season episode here on the Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
myself and Chris back at it again. We were supposed to do this a day before, but schedules and tech decide not to work and you want it to, when you want it to work the best. But have no fear, Chris and I are back, and we've got Nick, my man Nick, aka Commanders Field Pass, here joining us for the first time. Nick, welcome to BIB.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Yeah, man. This was I would say it's been a work in progress getting you on, and then of course I double booked like American Airlines, and then I finally was able to sell the seat. So, we make it work.
Yeah, well, at least you ain't cancel me like they would, so it's all good.
Hey, you know what? That's fair. That's right. I had to make sure I had to take care of some people. You feel me?
I appreciate it.
But Chris, what's happening?
Ain't nothing too much waiting on the season to start.
Hey, man. Well, have no fear because we've got a lot to get into just regarding our Commanders as a whole. But preseason is already kicked off. We obviously got our asses handed to us by New England last weekend. But before we touch on our next game and some potential cut candidates going into the roster, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Road to 1,000 subscribers is on its way. We are currently at 708 subs. So we are 292 subs away from 1,000. I might have some things in the work when I go to DC in December. I might have to, do a little giveaway, but that'll happen when we get to 1,000. You can also stay tuned Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast, Twitter at BIV Podcast 22 because Twitter hates longer names. And you can find me, Reed Easy, Juan Gotti, aka the Burgundy Breakdown, every Wednesday night, 9:30 ish on YouTube at the Burgundy Breakdown. You can go see that right up here. And then you can go follow Nick at Commanders Field Pass on Instagram. We gotta do a few more collabs, and obviously when I post this, there'll be a collab. But we might have to do a few more of those going into this season.
Oh yeah, man. I'm always here, man. I love talking ball, especially with my squad, man.
Hell yeah! But let's get into this. It's been an interesting week, I'll say the least for us Commanders fans. I'm gonna start on I think it was Monday or Tuesday. So, former member of The Athletic now does his own thing, the host of the Last Man Standing podcast, aka Ben Standing. First of all, shout out to him doing his thing, left The Athletic and still doing absolute baller stuff on YouTube, on Twitter. So, shout out to him. But he had an interesting name to be a cut candidate going into the 53-man roster leaving this preseason. I sent this to the group chat a few days ago when this broke, but obviously we'll talk about it here on YouTube. And I quote from Ben, I'm going to guess Brian Robinson is not on the week one roster. I have no insight into that. If Krosky Merritt, a.k.a. Bill, the big one,
Yep.
not the little one, on this team, I just don't know how you're sitting him. I'm going to go to Nick on this. Are you rocking with Ben on this one, or is Ben just blowing bull?
Nah, man. I mean, obviously, it's still early in the year. It's preseason. You got to get a couple, clickbait type deals, man. But in all honesty, man, I mean, you're right up there with it with the Bill thing, man. I mean, how can you not find a spot for this man on the team? I mean, yeah, if the way I look at it, to be honest with you, is if we found a spot for Kaz Allen, how do we not find a spot for Bill, right? A true running back coming out of college, a dude who could possibly return kicks. Not that he's been doing it, but like I said, this
Good.
organization, this coaching staff, they're going to find a spot for this man to get out on the field. So, and with the comments in the media and all that stuff with Kaz still getting burned and getting reps at the running back spot in camp, that's just – it blows my mind, man. But I just, we're kind of deep this year, some familiar faces or whatever, some new ones. But at the end of the day, man, like, how do you not find a spot for this guy? I mean, he's been showing up and showing out. So
Yeah. So would you agree that Brian is going to be a cut candidate, or are you like, nah?
So, man, it's tough for me to say just because of the fact that he is, on that contract year type deal. He is coming back from injury. And, I mean, he seems like a good dude, like he does everything right. But he does everything right, and then Sunday comes along, and it's just, he could be the greatest guy in the world, but at the end of the day, like, this is like, you got to, make the numbers and to stay on this team. And, why not go with someone younger, faster, more agile, can actually catch the ball,
Got
things
vision.
like that. Yeah, yeah, right. Know when to cut, when not to cut. Don't run into his guard. Type deal. So
Exactly. Chris, are you rocking with Ben, or is Ben blowing bull on Brian and Bill?
I'm gonna say Brian Robinson probably stays on the roster. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. Just because, like Nick said, it's his last year of his deal. So I think they're just going to keep him on and then probably see by the end of the year, actually, not even the end of preseason, just by the end of the year, see what he does. And if he has um, a good year, they might extend him. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
What's your definition of a good year? Because his best year has been like 859 and like 6 touchdowns. So are you saying he's got to crack 1,000 to stay, or are you like, I can survive on 900 yards?
It's anywhere from 900 to 1,000.
Okay. So like RB1 numbers.
Yes.
Okay. I look, I said this before. Ben is doing amazing things. Nick was kind of right. It's a little bit of a clickbaity title, but he's he's not far off to where most of us were back before the draft.
hmm
Chris, if you remember, and Nick, I'm sure if you were tuning in, we were saying we got to get a true RB in this room
right,
who's got the speed, who can do more cuts than OJ. He's got a better vision than Helen Keller, like can do all the things. And we drafted him in the seventh. All right, I was a big fan of Rashaul Tutton out of VTech, Rashard Smith out of SMU. I hadn't done the tape on JCM, and I do it after the draft. I'm like, yep, we made a ballpark pick, home run pick.
right.
But I think the conversation would have stuck around through OTAs and through minicamps if he was a second, third, fourth round pick. The same way the Luke McCaffrey conversation still is talked about is, does he make the roster? Is he worth the pig? Is he a bust? Whereas a seventh round guy to an undrafted free agent, just like Efton Chisholm is for the Patriots, they're balled out already to the fact that you're like, you have to pay attention to these guys, or else
Mm,
if they don't make the roster and they make a practice squad, a bunch of teams are like if Efton Chisholm doesn't make New England's roster, because I talked about this with Patriot Focus 2 weeks ago. If Efton doesn't make the roster, he's immediately being picked up on waivers.
right.
Also,
Yeah,
the Patriots find another white wide receiver that looks like God himself.
yeah. And you saw the numbers from today, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Through 2 games, he has like 12 receptions, 172 touchdowns.
right. I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah, through 2 preseason games.
172 touchdowns.
No,
How the hell
172
you get?
yards and 2 touchdowns. But
I
think
was
about
about
it.
to be like,
In
oh,
two preseason games, when you're probably getting a max of what, 20 reps?
I was gonna say, yeah,
So on average, 10 reps, that's 6 receptions, call it 80 yards and a touchdown per game. That's what Terry has those numbers. We call him God.
right. Yeah,
So shout out to him. But yeah, I think Brian makes a team. I don't see the only way I see him not making the team, injury, which I pray doesn't happen,
right.
and the trade deadline. The only way I don't see Brian making it through the games.
Yeah, I looked at it as going into the draft, man. I had a feeling like if we don't ship this dude during the draft, especially with the class of running backs that came out, man. I mean,
Right.
like I was even high on Woody Marks. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
just watching because I was like, damn, that looks like Austin Eckler.
Mm-hmm.
Like it legit looks like that was my comp to him coming out. And, just my 1 through 10 that I've posted back in April when the mocks were all going nuts and, all that kind of stuff. I didn't know nothing about Bill. Like I ain't even gonna lie to you. If I
Mm-hmm.
sat here and said I know everything about him, I'd be lying. So
Me too.
yeah, you would have to be a fan of that team or a hometown friend or something. But
Yeah.
like you said, after watching the tape when we got him and stuff like that, it was like, okay, he's got promise, but I was still high on the whole C-Rod, Eckler coming back healthy. I'm cool with it. But seeing what he's doing, man, and that even goes back to, like I said, with just like younger, faster, stronger, or whatever, like C-Rod, like what does he do? Like, what does B-Rob do? I mean, like, what can B-Rob do that C-Rod can't? You know what I
Right.
mean? They both hit the whole hardest shit or hard,
No, you're
and
good.
yeah, hit the hole hard and, can get those, get those bully yards.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, we've had that for so long, man. Like we need something,
Yeah.
And last time we took a running back that didn't no one know about, played fullback at FAU, he turned out to be a little decent,
A little
So
decent.
yeah, so who knows, man,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Obviously, like I have it written down and on TBB, and we'll eventually do our roster, predictions on a later episode. Is I got them keeping four on the roster: Brian, Jeremy, JCM, and Eckler. And I think you can use Bill on special teams if McCaffrey doesn't, or Eckler doesn't, or Ja'Cory Brooks doesn't, because he's got the speed, he's got the cut ability to do so. But Chris, you said it, I've said it, Justin said it, Andrew said it all on this show. Give him quality reps by the time that Miami Madrid game comes back and we're back in the
Ooh,
States.
yeah,
Bill could be RB1 by week 16.
yeah, yeah, I
Like
see.
I could see him having a year where he's got 450 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look what happened when BROB and Eckler both were down, and J Mac got the start.
Yeah.
Like he looked like, damn,
You're like,
why
we got
how
depth?
did we even get this guy?
Yeah.
Like this dude looks like he could start for like 10 teams in this league right now, man. But then,
San Fran needs him.
yeah, and that's what I mean. Like just it's so crazy that like going into it, we look at it as like, okay, he's the starter. Like we've got to keep him.
Yeah.
Like that's not. I don't feel like that's the mentality of this coaching staff no more. That was back in the
No.
day with the Snyder era. Even before Ron, it was just like if you happened to start more than 10 games last season, you were just somehow automatically allowed
On
to
the
just
team.
play and get a guaranteed spot.
Yeah.
And we would cut and release so many people that had the potential. And I can definitely see us keeping, McNichols over like C Rod if we were to keep B Rod, but
Yeah.
I think he's going to be on the team for sure. But like the fan in me, like I just want to see the young youth movement. But
Hmm.
the football guy in me, like if I was in the front office, I mean, he's probably definitely going to make the team, man. And, you're going to hope like C Rod clears waivers or something like that. So,
Yeah. Or you put the injury bug, name on him and no one's going to grab him because no one wants to deal with an injured running back.
yeah, exactly. And
So,
yeah, I thought for sure we would move him or do something worst case scenario during the draft. But without that, yeah, I don't.
yeah.
You kept him this long. I don't see why you wouldn't just keep him going into the 53.
Yeah. Well, speaking of keeping him on the 53, both Friday and earlier today, as we're recording, those will come out Sunday morning, afternoon. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. Kliff had some very strong words
Hmm.
about the whole Terry McLaurin situation. Chris, we talked about it in the group chat for a little bit. And pretty much this is what Kliff said in the same span of his press conference, which was like 20 minutes. Going back to the receivers, or going back to the offense. When you don't have your projected two top outside receivers or both of your inside pieces at guard, it's not gonna give you really a chance to gel or build that relationship until you get everybody else on the grass. So that's something we have to get over in the next 3 weeks. I went, ooh, he's talking about a few people in that sense.
Yeah.
Mostly Terry and Noah Brown, which Noah Brown, that's an injury, so there's gonna be there's caveats to that. There's precedents. But then going right back to the whole receiver room, he said it's still a work in progress, and some guys are taking advantage of the opportunities, some have not. We know what Debo is, and then there's a lot of guys who are trying to earn a roster spot. That competition has been good, but I think there's still a lot to show over the next 3 weeks. Kliff ain't holding back.
No.
Kliff don't give a damn about your feelings. He said this receiver room, it aight, it cool, but without Terry and Noah, what do we have to show for it?
Right. And not only
Go.
that, but he also was mentioning like, and not only that, but y'all ain't even stepping up. So
Mm-mm.
he doubled down on the,
Yeah.
y'all ain't about it. So,
Yeah.
I love the quote, to be honest with you. So
Mm-hmm.
get them going, man. That's how I
Get
feel. I'm
him
tired
going.
of these lazy ass coaches we've had for a while. So I love
Yeah.
it.
Chris, you trying to say something?
I mean, I agree with it. Tired of these bum ass receivers coming in here thinking, they can just come in here and get a check.
Hmm.
This ain't the Dan Snyder era no more. This ain't Ron Rivera. I mean,
Nope.
it's the truth. Um, I mean, if we being real though, in all honesty, with the whole Terry thing, I'm kind of blaming that on his agent. I ain't even blaming that on Terry. Like his agent is eating it up.
Buddy Baker.
Yeah, like bro, get rid of him. Get a new
Hmm.
agent. Get
Yeah.
get an agent that like the one Bryce Harper has or the one Juan Soto has.
Or even
Drew Rosenhaus.
Drew Rosenhaus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Or do what Jaden and Lamar did and just have their mom's contract negotiated for.
Yeah, because
the
they
facts. Like holy hell, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, now that we got him off the pup list, I feel like we're gonna sign him sooner than later.
Hmm.
It's just a
Yes.
matter of when.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. So earlier today, like I said, as of recording, I posted this on TikTok and on YouTube. Y'all can go watch the reel. It's probably gonna pop above my head. Within 10 minutes, I was like, hey guys, me talking, not for BIB, for John. Terry coming off the pup list is not as big of a deal as people seem it is. It's a big deal in the sense of, hey, he's physically feeling better. His ankle is healed. But I'm not in the camp of he's gonna get signed by Monday afternoon kind of thing. Because people are saying, oh, this deal must be done. Um, Ricky Sports on Twitter is saying, hey, this deal is much closer than it is. The number's gonna be around 30, which I've had as the sweet spot these past few weeks was 30 mil. Ricky's pretty much been on top of the news of like, hey, he's like when Josh and Rio are reposting about him, and I'm like, I gotta pay attention to this now because he's onto something. But I think if Wednesday to Friday comes and he's still not signed and we're going into our third week of preseason football, this might not get resolved until week 1, week 2. This might not
Yeah.
get done until September.
Yeah, I've been kind of going back and forth. I thought for sure going into the camp, like they'd have something figured out.
Yeah.
And then with the whole putting them on the pup list, I feel like that was Adam Peters, front office, getting with Terry and being like, look, we want you. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you on the pup. We're going to stop fining you. You're trying to get money, not lose it.
Yeah.
Like, we love you. The fans love you. We want you. But Pittsburgh's dumb for giving DK what they gave him. We're not dumb. We're not going to give you the 34, 35. The fans want you to get 40. Let's be realistic, So
Right.
I think they compromised and said, look, man, come in, hit the training table for that ankle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it and then put your little trade requests out there. Let's see what we can do. But at the end of the day, man, the track record with AP, they don't do nothing until Labor Day anyway. They're not, they got their
Wearing
own
white.
Yeah, they got their own calendar and it works. Trent, I mean, best
Nick
left tackle
Bosa.
to do it. And that could be a little biased. I'm an O lineman at heart. I played this spot in college. I did my thing. I love Trent. I think he's the best left tackle to ever do it. Obviously, there's a lot of good ones. You can, I can hear the argument on it, but when an AP sees someone great like that, he's not going to just let him leave, man.
Mm-mm.
And not only does he pays his people, but he also recognizes the talent out there. Like, look at the trade for CMC.
Yeah.
He got a lot of slack for that middle of the season, and all it did was take him, to the Super Bowl. So, so he knows what he's doing, man. He doesn't do it now. Now we hit September 1, and there ain't no they brought
even middle ground.
Yeah, like if there ain't something like that, or he's not back to practicing or at least walking through, if he ain't on the sideline preseason week 3 and September 1, then that's when I'm going to be like, oh, hell. I might start getting a little worried, but these things take time. You're talking $28, $30 million a year, man. So,
which wouldn't sell till next offseason. People forget he's still under contract. This wouldn't affect till next year.
Yeah. And everyone throws out the whole thing like guarantee him this year. We can do stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the man ain't going to leave this year with $35 million in his pocket. You know what I mean?
No.
So it's a big numbers thing, man. And I trust AP till he gives me a reason not to. That's how I look at it. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm nervous, but I'm at like a 4, 5.
Okay.
You know, it depends. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, shit, I'm like a 5.
Yeah,
But then I get the coffee in me. I start really thinking. I'm like, all right, I'm back to a 4. You know, but you can get carried away. But I'm cool with it, man. September 1 though comes around, and we ain't got nothing in motion. That's gonna go from a 4.5 to a 10 real quick, real quick.
Chris, how you feeling with Terry coming off PUP List? Is it a big deal or nothing at all for you?
I feel like it's a big deal. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and deny and say, "Oh, it's not a big deal." No, it's a big deal. Because it kind of gives me hope that we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and re-sign them, go ahead and extend them. If anything, I say, yeah, go ahead, give him the 30 mil that he wants. But don't give him a DK Metcalf contract. Don't do that. Plus, they're also, I think, looking at his age, and it's like, okay, well, if he turns 30 or 31 this year, how much longer can we play with him? Because if we're being real, I say if Terry was younger, what they could do is you let him play out this season, franchise tag him in 2026, franchise tag him in 2027, then go ahead and sign him. Problem is, he's older, so now's the time to go ahead and get a deal done. If anything, I think it's going to be 4 years. 4 years, 4-year contract, but we'll see what happens with it.
Chris, are you on that narcotic right now? You said 4 years. 4,
Yeah.
One shy of Booker T's 5-time 4 years.
Yeah.
Between this year and his extension, it's going to be 4 years. It's a 3-year contract at the max. It'll be 3.
Think it's going to be 4.
It's going to be 3 for like 95 with like 62 guaranteed, because those first 2 years they'll make the guaranteed 30.
Right. Yeah.
And that last year he'll be like at like 27. They'll probably throw in incentives. They'll probably throw in a signing bonus to get him to that extra. It's going to be 3 years at the max, my friend. Because to your same point, age. He's 30 now. Next year he'll be 31. So when the contract hits, he'll be what, 34?
Exactly. You keep him till he's 34, and then you see what he does, and then if he produces, maybe you go ahead and sign him for another 2 years. Because I'm telling you right now, he's not going anywhere. I don't think. I think he honestly wants to be a Redskin for life.
Yeah, I mean, hell, he and his wife built both. They bought a house here. He's on nothing but DC.
Yeah, I do like what you said about the incentives thing, though, man, because I actually had it the same, what you was talking about numbers wise, but I was actually thinking the incentive would be earlier. You know what I mean? Because say if he wants the 33, but if we're like, look, man, we'll give you 30, right? Or we'll give you 29 with an extra 1.5 million guaranteed, whatever type deal, signing bonus, or however they want to,
cash money.
They want to get it under the table, right? But look what they did with Zach Ertz. You know what I mean? Like, now, I was looking at it the other day, but I can't. It was with Zach Ertz last year. That incentive, was it touchdowns or it was yards that he got?
I think it was touchdowns.
See, that's what I think too. And with Terry, they him, man. He's a hard ass worker. He's blue collar. Like he wants to get it done the right way. But he also
was not supposed to be in this spot when he got drafted.
Yeah, but he also knows his worth. You know what I mean? Like, my thing is I look at it like Adam Peters is going to flirt with it, man. He's a negotiator at heart. And, I got that salesman mentality in me too. But at the end of the day, man, I feel like it's going to be like, all right, Terry, we think you're getting older. You think you're in your prime. You score 15 touchdowns this year. I mean, damn, that's only what, 1, 2 more than you had?
That's 2 more.
Yeah, I'm like, you'll be fine. Like if you think if you're in your prime, then 2 touchdowns with a quarterback who's rookie of the year, an MVP candidate, who's only gotten better with a full offseason now, who's, everyone's saying how much better he is in the system. Everything's a lot slower for him. What's 2 more touchdowns? You can get that. So we'll give you that 35 with the incentives at the end of the day. So
yeah.
I think it could be something like that, to be honest with you. I was just to get it, across that finish line, like, all right, man, here. You score 15 touchdowns, we'll give you 36. Who gives
a shit? If he scores 15 touchdowns, the fan base will give $1 million. What are you kidding?
Start that GoFundMe, yeah.
If Terry scored 15 touchdowns, he's not paying for a drink ever again.
He ain't doing that now.
Terry's gonna be the opposite of Justin Tucker, Deshaun Watson. He's never gonna have to pay for a massage again. Like,
hold on, man. His wife might be watching this. Hold on.
Hey, all I'm saying is he won't have to do it. That's all I'm saying. Because those two were buying massages. Terry won't need to do it.
We gotta keep it PG.
Yeah.
Hey. All I said was massages. I didn't promise him a happy ending. All I said was the massage.
Yeah, sports medicine. It's sports medicine.
Come on, yeah, exactly. Sports medicine.
That's PG.
Amen. But no, like I don't even think it's gonna get to 35. I think based on between what Jeremy Fowler is saying is there's still a gap between what his camp wants and what we're gonna give him. Because back to Chris's point, I would love to know. I would love to be a fly on the wall in Buddy Baker's office saying, "Hey, look, Adam, we love you, love working with you. Terry loves you guys. You love Terry. I'm thinking 37 for Terry. 30. I'm thinking 38. Because as a fan, I'd give Terry 40. As a fan, I give Terry 40 just for his loyalty alone.
For sure.
As a football player entering his 7th season at 30 years old, who when he came out of college, he was a little bit older than he was than a college wide receiver was. I think he was 24, 25. He was 24 coming out. But when we look at Penix and we look at Bo Nix and 24 coming out of college, you're like, Nix, you backed up Justin Herbert, dog.
Mm.
You old rookie.
Might be the next Larry Fitz. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, I mean, something to it. But it's like, hey, you're gonna be 30. I'm thinking because they probably wanted Terry saying, hey, we're thinking about 27 a year. So now you're at a $10 million gap. Reports where they were at, reports are it went to 28. We're all thinking it's going to be about 30. So there's still another $7 million gap of what Buddy, because I would love to know the commission percentage Buddy's taken. Because if he's taking anywhere more than 10%, Terry done screwed himself.
But yeah, man, because who else has he signed? I looked at that list of his clients the other day and I'm like, hey, they made it. I didn't. So,
exactly.
But at the end of the day, like you need to just realize who you are, buddy. All right. Like you're allowed on the field for free. You can do your thing. You got a suite. Like you've lived your life. You're good. You got a client. Get him the money. Get your little check and get out of there. Like stop holding them back. And it's an ego thing at this point. I feel like, you know what I mean?
So based on, because we talked about this on the Burgundy Breakdown. I'm just adjusting my lights, guys. Don't worry. Terry's his biggest client. His biggest name. It's Terry. It's Tershawn Wharton. It's Jeremy Chin. It's Reed Blankenship. Shaquille Griffin. Patrick Ricard. Demetrius Knight, the rookie in Cincinnati. Can I interest you in a Payne Durham? Can I interest you in a Scott Matlock? Can I interest you in a Zach Horton? Not Torrey Horton, the rookie sensation in Seattle. No. Zach Horton. Can I interest you in a Carl Brooks? Can I interest you in an Isaiah Johnson, an AJ Woods? But before those, after Demetrius Knight, fell off a cliff.
Mm.
And Terry's his biggest one. Terry right now is at $22 million current AAV. Tershawn Warren's at 15, so now you're already at $7 million loss. And then it drops from 15 to 8 million with Jeremy, 3.5 with Reed, 3 with Shaquille, 2.8 with Patrick, 2.2 with Demetrius, 1.4 with DeAndre Carter. Like just falls off the map.
Mm.
So Baker needs this more than Terry does. So if this is about ego, buddy, I'm not even trying to make jokes with you, Baker. You've got it.
Mm.
You've got the ego for this. Go. I wish him nothing but the best in Dallas then.
Yeah, or he's still on his high horse after the whole Jeremy Chin thing. You know what I mean? Like he got him more money in Oakland.
Hmm.
You know, and then after today's game, oh, look at him. You saw that pick he got today? You could do the same thing.
Right.
You know, like, come on, man. Like, Chin and Terry are two totally different players to begin with. You know,
Yeah.
Chin wants to win, I believe, but he was in Carolina so long, man. That dude's probably
Yeah.
just like, yeah, just give me the money, man. Like, I just need to
Exactly.
get the money and make sure my family's straight at the end of the day. So that's how I see it. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can't go in asking for 35. Next thing you know, you sign a deal for 28. Now you ain't never gonna get nobody else. You know, that's how it looks.
No.
But I mean, that's
Not
that's
at
what it
all.
is. People with money ain't never got enough. You know what I mean?
Exactly right. Well, let's get into the last topic. It's on the thumbnail. Let's talk about it. Monday Night Football preseason on NFL Network. We fly in to, and for those in the comments, you can finish. You can fly into OH.
IO.
No,
Thank you.
Cincinnati comes to us.
Exactly. No, I thought we went to Cincinnati.
No, Cincinnati comes to us
All right, so I
on Monday
absolutely,
night,
I
and it's on
absolutely don't know ball.
ESPN.
I absolutely don't know ball. Apparently, all right, no, I don't know ball, guys. Sorry about it. You can type that in the comments. All right, so OHIO, who's known for Skyline Chili and the Cincinnati Reds, now the Cincinnati Bengals, come to DC to face Jaden Daniels, Marcus Mariota, Sam Hartman, and our Washington Commanders, who, by the way, for those who don't remember, got absolutely waxed by Travion Henderson, by Kyle Williams, by Kyle Duggar, by Drake May,
Just zip
and
it
the New
up,
England
bro.
Patriots.
Just zip it up when you're done, bro.
Amen. Amen. I gotta go show Flyers where it's due, so no. But we've got a lot of guys who aren't going to play on Monday. Obviously, Terry and Noah, that's just a given. Mariota's not
Mariota.
playing. Tunzel, Ertz, Cosme for injury concerns. Coleman, Wagner, Miller, McGee, because another injury.
Mm.
Javonte Jean-Baptiste, and Jonathan Jones. So you're going to see Jaden. You'll see Ja'Cory Squared and Ja'Cory Brooks and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, as we've dubbed it on the Burgundy Breakdown. You'll see a healthy
Debo.
dose of Debo. You'll see a healthy dose of Ben Sinnott, please and thank you. You'll see the second string offensive line who, yikes. And you'll see a lot of our defense because the Bengals are going to start damn near every starter. Joe, Jamar, Chase,
Shoot.
everyone but Trey Hendrickson, because they can't sign him at all.
Yes. Hey, we might make that trade on the sidelines. You don't know.
Could you imagine coming out of
Man,
this
I
game?
still got faith, man. I swear. Until I said it, until he's wearing another jersey that ain't the burgundy and gold. I still hold faith, man. I really do. The Bob Miller, maybe, but
Here's a problem. We'll circle back on this. If Terry got traded to Cincinnati loses the deal.
Oh yeah, and yeah, because they still got to pay the money. You know what I mean? So.
Because they've already paid Joe, they've paid Jamar, they paid T. They still got Andre Yoshivas, who I'm actually a fan of as your receiver. So Terry would be a wide receiver 3. It's like you send him to Dallas. It makes no sense to send another receiver to Dallas to be a wide receiver 3.
You know what would help their defense in Cincinnati? Another weapon for Joe Burrow to drop another touchdown. They go from 35 a game to 42 a game. You know what I mean?
Man,
so.
and it looks like up 45.
Yeah, somehow, right? Somehow.
Exactly. But looking at this game, are we, Chris? I'm gonna start with you. What are you expecting to come out of this game feeling? Are you expecting a win, obviously, but are you expecting to see a playoff game, or are you expecting this to be still preseason?
Just a preseason game, but also a win at the same time. I think we need to come out on Monday night and show some people on this national audience that we have some good backups. That might be a dog. Especially when it comes to preseason cuts. Because you never know. We might have a dog, but because it's a 53-man roster, we might have to cut him, unfortunately. But if you honestly ask me, I truly believe that, yes, I want to win, but I honestly also think it will be a good game. But what's going to stand out to me more important is to see how Trey Amos does, to
Yeah.
see how Johnny Newton does.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I heard he did good in the first game. Like he's
Yeah.
getting to Drake May, so I mean, then again, it's New England, but
Hmm.
we need somebody on this D line to have a breakout year,
Right.
and I feel like it's gonna be Johnny Newton. Now, as for the secondary and Trey Amos, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Nick, what about you? Are you obviously we obviously want to win, but what would be coming out of this game that you want to see the most?
Yeah, to be honest with you, just picking up right there with the whole D line thing. Yeah, I think Johnny's going to just pick up, just keep doing what he's been doing. Payne, I mean, he's in the contract year, so we ain't worried about him. That's a guaranteed 12 sacks, so it'll be all right.
I don't have a
But
guarantee, but
no, because last contract year he balled out.
that's true.
But no, my biggest thing, what I think we're taking away from it is, I think DQ really wants to see what Lattimore's got. I think against this offense, we already know Joe Burrow and Chase are not scared of anybody. You know what I
No.
mean? And now that we ain't got BSJ over there no more
Or Forbes.
or just, whoever just is outside at your local high school running, some DB drills. But
Hmm.
I truly think that we're gonna run zone. Like, don't get me wrong. I think we're gonna come out the game at least trying to, stop them and hold them and, be competitive. But I truly think we're going to try and see where they're at. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of man with Quan over top or somebody or Harris over top,
Hmm.
to try and help out, obviously, against, arguably best receiver in football. But I think they're going to see Marshawn, your hammy, okay. You're going up against Chase. If he goes to the other side of the field, hey, rookie, this is what it is.
Hmm.
And if he bumps to the slot, you got Mikey. Okay, hey man,
Yep.
shake the rust off. Let's get it going. You know what I mean? And I think that's why John Jones is actually sitting. I don't know if there's any injury. I haven't heard anything about it. Haven't seen anything. I think it's more just kind of like,
Like a
hey man,
veteran
we're
thing.
never going to ask you to do this in a real game. Like that's why we have Lattimore and we drafted this dude in the second
Yep.
round. So I truly think it's going to be a lot of just, press man, maybe just try and hunt the quarterback a little bit. And like what Chris was talking about, like get that D line just firing off the ball and try and get to Joe and just seeing if we got a corner that can actually hang with an elite receiver for longer than, a second and a half. So Joe
Yeah.
Burrow has to hold that ball a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, even with Jonathan Jones obviously on the bench, you still got Igbenogany, who is a fine 4 to 6 corner. If you ask him to be a 1 to 3, yeah,
So,
no. You obviously still have everyone's favorite UDFA, Carlin Vigors.
hey, all right. Hey, man, that was his first game, all right? I do like him a little bit. He was one of my, low key guys. So,
He
under
was
the
cool,
radar.
and then the video came out today from practice that Ja'Cory Brooks mossed him in
Yeah,
practice.
but Jacory's all right. I mean,
Man,
I like Jacory a lot, but I think Jacoby's more ready now type of deal. If that
okay.
makes sense, you know what I mean?
No, yeah. I've got Ja'Cory Brooks as our sixth receiver on the roster because I have us keeping six.
Same.
I think Jacoby, if you put him on a practice squad, you've got to injury designate him because he's gonna get picked up again quick.
Quit. Yeah, either Jacory or Jacoby. You can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoever you
The-
cut out of those two are getting picked up real quick. So
yeah. I think the only way Jacoby remakes this roster is if Noah isn't back by week 1, or, and this is what Linnell and Reedy have all been kind of saying,
say it.
if Luke doesn't show out this
Yeah.
practice and season, he is gone from this roster.
Yeah, that last name's kept him here a year. So
Yeah.
I hope the best for him. But man,
I do too. My argument to Reedy, and then he obviously had good points coming back, was like, when me and Justin talked with Gabe Taylor a few months ago after the draft and after the tryouts, he was like, yeah, Luke's only been in this receiver game for like 3 years, 2 of those being in the league.
yeah,
So he's still adapting to the receiver thing. He's like hardest worker at Rice. Always gave him some of the best drills in practice, and always, but then would ask Gabe, "Hey, what did I do wrong on this route? Like." he's gonna want that advice. And obviously the McCaffrey connection with AP and from San Fran, CMC, hey, you got to draft this guy kind of thing. So my thing was like, I'm gonna give him until next year to prove and ready himself. But really, obviously had a good point of like, no, that's the NFL. You get in, as Jacob Fatu would say, you get in where you fit in. Yada da mean. So to his point, he's right. If Luke doesn't do what he's supposed to as a receiver, and I have a sneaky suspicion that's a one person Kliff was talking about of some guys have made opportunities, some guys haven't.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like again, we went back to Jacoby and Ja'Cory. Well, we're talking about them because we're not talking about Noah or Terry or Luke.
Yeah. And with Debo there now, like where you ain't gonna bump him outside. You can't do that. And you ain't gonna put him at running back. He ain't Kaz Allen. You know what I mean?
No.
Like
Nor is he even like a Curtis Samuel.
yeah, like we're not doing that no more, man. Like
no, Jalen Lane's gonna be your deep threat.
That's another thing. That's exactly right. If someone was to bump outside that's not supposed to be out there, it's going to be Jalen Lane, you know, because it sure as hell ain't going to be KJ Osborne. It better not be.
I don't even have KJ making the roster.
I don't want him to be in the locker room on Monday night, but that's just me. I'd tell him find his own Uber home.
Man, actually, it wouldn't be hard. You probably could walk home by the time you get from the stadium.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
probably could figure out a way. Chris, what are your thoughts as we're talking about him on Ja'Cory Brooks, number 16, which is not the worst number I thought he was going to choose. 16 is kind of swaggy on him.
To be honest, I don't know. I kind of got to watch him a little more. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of missed the first preseason game, so okay. And I didn't go back and fully watch the highlights. Other than the school, how we got our asses whipped 48 to 18. So I'll watch Monday night to see what happens, but I don't know. I just got to see. Maybe I got to see a little more of the guy, and then I can get more of an opinion on him.
Fair enough. I think if I just have good, I think it's if there's just good news coming out about Sinnott, about Bill, about Amos, about pieces of the defense, I call it a win. I don't think we necessarily have to win the game to make this game of like if it's like a 17-14, a 24, like if it's a close game and we lose, I'm gonna say, all right, let me look at the stats, let me look at the all 22, let me look at the film. Oh well, he got a sack on Noon Bull Rush got a sack on Burrow. Oh well, Amos got a pick off of their backup on, Yoshivas. They're 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill had this really nice cut in between Chris Jenkins and Shamar Stewart. Took it for 10 yards. I'm gonna call that a win.
Mm-hmm.
But if we come out and the whole running room has less than 70 yards, Hartman or Jaden or whatnot let's say they're both under 100 passing yards.
Wiley gave up 2 sacks to Shamar, something like that.
Right. Like something bad.
We know Jaden's going to be under 100 passing yards because he needs to only be playing like a drive.
Yeah, a drive or 2. Yeah. But I'm saying if he's in for, let's say, a whole quarter and that's 4 or 5 drives separately, but he's got 20 passing yards here, 15 here, like if
yeah.
Right. If they're just chunk plays or they're check downs like Tom Brady and just dinking and dunking his way through Dunkin' Donuts, I'm going to say, yo, what are we doing here? But if I see him, a deep ball to Jalen Lane gets connected. Hey, Debo had this really nice post. Hey, Ja'Cory had this really nice hitch that got him a touchdown in the back end, and we still lose, I'm going to go, we can work on this.
Yeah.
There was next to nothing besides Ja'Cory Brooks and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt to work on from the Patriots game.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you don't want to see Jaden fumble the snap and throw a horrible screen pass to Luke McCaffrey?
I mean, if Luke does something with it, cool. But if he fumbles the ball and Luke gets less than 3 yards, I'm going to say, no.
That Sam Hartman throw against New England killed me.
Oh.
Snap, and then just like shot putted it out there. I was like, Jesus.
Did you see the throw Dylan Gabriel threw to Andrew Makuba for a pick 6?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Dog, another
that wasn't
AFC
even his fault, bro. It
It
was
was
not
absolutely
his
his fault. He
fault.
forced. All right.
Bro, there was
Another.
2 Browns right there.
Yes, but another AFC North quarterback forcing the ball where it does not belong.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Bro, there was 2 Browns right there. One of them could have easily snatched the ball.
But Makuba just slipped through and said that thank you and took it to the house. But then like a quarter later, KJ Henry, who is now on the Browns, apparently has a pick six. I'm like, oh, so we're just trading turnovers.
Yeah, right.
I'm just like, what is this game? But no, like the fact that the Eagles got Jahad Campbell and Andrew Makuba and Ty Robinson and Antoine Powell, I almost said, I hate all of you.
They do it every year, man.
Every single
They
year.
do it every year.
But yeah, I
Every year.
just hope Sam Hartman doesn't have a really, really bad game because he's already on the fringe of not making this roster. I think Josh Johnson officially has taken that third spot from him.
Oh yeah.
But if Hartman comes out and has another just bad game, the offense can't get going kind of thing, you're sitting here like, I didn't realize we had Justin Herbert head and shoulders, but on clearance.
Man.
I didn't realize L'Oreal was paying for quarterback play.
Yeah, Sam Hartman knows where those cameras are, though. Just not during
Hey,
game. Hey, you gonna find the camera?
Is he our Zach Wilson just taking ladies and camera time?
Oh no, that was Dax Mills.
There we go.
Yeah,
There. Hey, still another white boy.
yeah. Hey, but if it was New England, he'd be nice. But
Hey,
we got Mark Welker in the build now. We might change things around.
I hope so. But yeah, I just need Sam Hartman to not have like a if he throws a really like a pick that's like a volleyball simulator as MMG would put it, fine, because that's
Sure.
out of your hands.
Yeah,
If you're forcing it into triple coverage and you get picked, I've got no excuse for you.
yeah. When it's a common sense play, Hail Marys and all
Right.
that. What trying to win the game, no time left, whatever. But yeah, you're right, man. Like just
Yeah.
stupid, boneheaded plays, and then you got this 85-year-old quarterback coming in there and just looking better than you in every
Yeah.
aspect, man. Like I get the shoulders a little bummed, so I didn't knock him too hard. But when the thing that got me was when how good Josh played when he came in. I mean, he played. I was like, damn, like this dude. He looked like what Mariota was doing versus Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
The way he played against New England, I just felt like, hey, I don't want either of them to play meaningful snaps during the year. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we got our guy. I want to keep our guy, but at the end of the day, you gotta evaluate, man.
No, you did not just put Josh Johnson on the same level as Marcus Mariota playing against Dallas. Yo, it's the preseason. They had their 4th strings in. Josh Johnson is an absolute bum.
I don't know.
He keeps
Is he
getting
really
paid
a
every
bum?
year.
Yeah.
Because I think his contract is as long as you are old.
Just saying, bro. Like,
Like,
he's
look,
a bum.
look, Josh Johnson is going to be your third or fourth string, but you feel comfortable with Josh Johnson as your third and fourth string.
No, I don't.
I'm going to pose this question for you, and I might clip this out. Chris, who are you going to take as your third quarterback on the roster? Sam Hartman or Josh Johnson?
I'm taking Sam Hartman.
This man.
What has he done for you to feel that much more confident than Josh Johnson?
Bro,
Besides
I've
his
seen
hair.
Josh Johnson play before.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Josh Johnson has been on like 14 to 15 different teams.
Okay, and there's a reason why Sam Hartman's also been cut 7 times by us too.
Okay, but at least with Sam Hartman, at least we either A, brought him back, or B, just put him on the practice squad.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Chris. We have
I'd
cut
rather
Sam
take
Hartman.
Sam Hartman.
Oh, Lord. We have cut Sam Hartman more than his barbers cut his hair.
Bro, this type of question here, let me put it into you into wrestling terms. This is like, would you rather have Drew McIntyre as your WWE champion,
Mhm.
or would you rather have? Hold on, I'm trying to think of a name. Would you rather have
Tama Tonga as your fucking
You
WWE
you
champion.
can't even compare those two because Drew is a WWE champion. Tama Tonga or Tonga Loa or Tala Tonga, whichever GOD member you want to choose, is a tag team guy first, an MFT second, and then a solo
And Drew
wrestler third.
McIntyre is still some shit.
Dog, I will not stand for Drew McIntyre slander. Nick is like, I don't know what these fools are
Yeah,
talking
I
about.
don't need to be watching wrestling like that.
I will not stand for Drew McIntyre slander. I'm gonna have to tweet Drew just for you, Chris.
Yeah, I ain't trying to age myself, but I grew up with WWF, the real wrestling.
Yeah.
When it was
Yeah,
real.
sure.
Hey, I'm with she gets. It's F Hulk Hogan at all times. I'm just saying.
Yo, don't get
She-
started on this damn
Sheik,
conversation again.
Sheik was right all along. I'm kidding. I'm
But
absolutely
no, in all
joking. For the most
honesty,
part.
to just nip this one in the bud that we can all agree, just bring Heineke back and let's ride out.
Oh God.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bring Heineke
Oh.
back. Hell yeah. I'm all in for that.
Nick, I was starting to like you. You're on my team, and you pulled this.
Hey,
No,
hold on. Who would you rather have? Taylor Heineke or Josh Johnson?
In this system, Josh Johnson.
No,
Oh,
Taylor Heineke. The
yeah.
hell's wrong with you?
Here's the reason why I say Josh Johnson.
Oh my
Because
god.
the moment Mariota messes up, I can hear the fans. Hi,
Oh, yeah,
Nick. He's gonna be a distraction. He's I can hear
Josh
the
Johnson, he's
I
some
can
shit.
hear the
He's some
Heineke
nuts.
hive already chanting for him. Heineke. I can hear him right now.
For sure. And I'd be lying to you if I wasn't the one in the front with that sign screaming it. But at the end of the day, the real fan like myself that's been watching this team forever, it was a lot different rooting for Heineke when it was like Carson Wentz or
Sam
whoever the
Howell.
hell else you want to bring. You know what I mean? Whoever
Yeah.
else, right? But now,
Bro,
I mean,
I've been watching this team my whole life. Like I've seen it all. Shit.
man, your whole life.
Yeah.
I think I got shoes older than you, man. I cut the grass in them bitches still. My toes hang out, but they still work. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you're just wearing slides now. You're wearing flip flops.
Yeah, right. I got 0 turns now, so I'm good.
But no, I think we can all agree as we're gonna wrap things up. It doesn't necessarily have to be a winning game as long as there's winning moments to build off of.
Correct.
I think, Chris, even to you, like a win would be nice against Cincinnati, Chris. But I think if we lost a close game, but there were a lot of highlights, you'd say we can build off this.
I ain't gonna lie. If we lose on Monday, I'm going to work on Tuesday and punching the fuck out of somebody.
But Chris, it's preseason football, like you said.
I don't care. It
Yeah,
is
I
the
can't-
Washington Redskins we are talking about.
Only reason I'll trip over if we don't win is if Jaden and Joe Burrow are tied when they both leave the game. If it's 7-7, 10-10, 14-14, whatever, and we're bringing in Chris's boy, his Lord and Savior, Sam Hartman. He watched too many Twilight movies. That's why you like Sam Hartman. I know. Team Jacob and shit over there. I feel you. But at the end of the day, man, if we're tied, Jaden goes out, competes with Joe Burrow, defense looks a little suspect, whatever, but it's just backups versus backups, guys trying to, that's when the fight comes in, and that's when that's the only time I'll be like, I'll care if we win or not, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm with you, man. Like you said it, John. I mean, if we're making moves on offense and defense is showing some flashes and we look decent and we can compete, and if we did play all 4 quarters, like, there's no doubt we would still be in it or we would have won hands down. I'm cool with it, man. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Score prediction, by the way, 20-17 Washington.
Going into the second quarter, bro, Joe Burrow's going to get out there for at least 2 series, man.
He might be out there for 2 quarters the way he was performing.
That'd be that. Yeah, that's up in the air. Just because they did what they do, 2 series the first game, or was it 1? They scored so damn quick against Philly, I can't remember.
It's like 2 or 3.
Since he played Philly, I thought they only played maybe 1 or 2. I didn't think they played, but they scored so easily both times. So, yeah,
they were popping them off. If I had to do a quick score prediction, this could be like a 30-27 type of game.
I'm actually right there with you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was right
So-
around that 30, 33, for the winning team. Because I don't know who's going to win. I'm going to keep it real. It's either whoever wins, it's good. They're going to need 30 points easy. You got to get to that 30-point mark. So, but losing team is going to be right there, 24, 28, somewhere in there.
Yep. But hey, as we wrap things up, Nick, appreciate you staying on late with us, going about an hour and some change. But no, this has been a good talk with you, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you letting me on here, man. I'm always, up to talk burgundy and gold, man. I live for this. So,
Yeah, man. Any closing remarks we want to have before we get out of here?
nah, man, just like I said, appreciate you having me on. And, obviously, Commander's Field Pass, this first time, I'm revealing the face. I feel like the man behind the curtain, But yeah, man, give me a follow. I got good content on there. Got some collabs working on right now, some content. So, yeah. Like I said, man, but anytime you need someone to fill that spot, talk ball, man, I'm always here. So
Sounds like a plan. It's like a plan. Chris, any closing remarks?
Let's go get a W.
Hey, can't go wrong with that. Guys, let's get out of here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Road to 1,000 subscribers, like I said, about 200 to 300 away. So hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It takes 2 seconds. Every time, support us here at the channel as we get to 1,000 subscribers. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast. 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. And I am not paying $14.99 for a blue check mark. It ain't happening. All right. And like Nick said, at Commanders_Field_Pass on Instagram. Go follow him. We're gonna have a few more. Obviously, we're gonna do some more collabs this off season and going into the season with him. So you're gonna want to stay tuned. You're gonna want to stay tuned every Wednesday night, 11:30 ish, with the Burgundy Breakdown. All those links down in the description. Let's enjoy some Monday Night Football because football is back. But hey, it still takes care of our football pleasures here as fans. But let's enjoy the game. Let's enjoy the weather, and let's hope and pray that Terry gets signed soon. With that being said, guys, great sell this offseason. Don't forget to stay balling. We will see y'all out there.